Well, I actually have about 4 videos I'm finishing up and had to figure out which one I wanted to finish and upload first, so I decided to hurt some feelings. Let's talk about this. The gameplay featured here is brought to you by PureVPN. Keep your information online safe and secure with military-grade encryption and blazing speeds. PureVPN's already been rated one of the best VPN services of 2019. Use the link in the description. You can get your service for as low as $2.88 a month. That is 74% off what it regularly costs. But now, on to the video. Hey everybody, what is going on? Brandon here with another video about the Epic Game Store. Yes, another video about the Epic Game Store. Why, Brandon? Why will you cover this again? Well, because the same thing keeps happening over and over and over again, and honestly, as much as I dislike repeating myself, I feel like the more people shine light on what's actually going on in the situation, more people will become educated and a little bit less like whiny crybabies who do not understand that this is really not a problem. Because really, seriously, with all 100% seriousness and honesty, this is what you guys look like when you're complaining and boycotting because of Epic exclusivity, and we don't want to have the console wars come over to PC. We shouldn't have exclusivity. Calm the f down, people. You don't have to pay for a free launcher. This isn't a $300 piece of hardware, and if you actually took more than 5 minutes to do any research whatsoever and read some of the interviews with some of these devs that are leaving Steam to go exclusively to Epic, or to actually listen to some of the reasons why developers are leaving and why is this all happening, if you understood that you're seeing things continue to happen, you're continuing to see devs leave Steam to go to Epic. It's only been a few months now and we've already seen huge titles leave Steam to go to Epic. If you took more than 5 minutes of your time and some of that energy you're using to whine and cry like an infant, you would understand what's going on and why this is actually good. Because basically it seems like a lot of people just need an education on business logic and basic human decency. People want to act like these developers don't deserve to make more money, they don't deserve to get paid a little bit more, they don't deserve a little bit more benefits or a little bit more security for their jobs because they're making a game for you and you're the consumer and you're all that matter. Guys, these are people. They have this is their job. You want them to make more money. You want them to get better benefits. You want them to have a better job security. What Epic is doing with everybody complaining, oh, they're throwing money at them. They're not throwing money at them. They're letting them have more of their own money, for one. And the deal that's getting them to sign the exclusivity that just came out is that they're giving them a minimum sales requirement for them for their payout. Basically what that means is, say a game launches exclusively on Epic. Epic is going to take care of all of your marketing, all your trailer costs, all the promoting for the game. They're going to host your game. You're going to get 5% off, or you're going to get your royalty of the 5% for Unreal Engine taken off if you're using Unreal Engine. You're only going to have to pay 12 instead of 30%. And even if you don't hit a certain sales goal, they are still going to pay the developers for what they would have sold if they'd made a minimum amount of sales, so they're not completely broke. So you're not seeing things like continue to happen on Steam where a game doesn't do so good, and even if it's a great game, if it doesn't do so good because of how much money Steam is taking for publishing, they're not helping you market it, your game gets shut down and you're having to fire all your employees. Now, I'm not going to sit here and go through this from a business perspective on why this is good, because I've already done it in another video. If you want to hear that and hear like a logical explanation from a business standpoint on why this is actually a good thing, click the card above, go watch that video. But this one is basically me just trying to explain to some of you how you all are looking. You are looking ridiculous. The way you're yelling and crying and screaming you're boycotting, and oh, well, then I'm not going to buy that game anyway. Oh, I was really looking forward to it, but I don't want to split up my games from Steam to Epic, so I'm not buying the game at all. You sound ridiculous. Like, do you not understand there are people in third world countries playing with sticks and dung, and you're complaining about not wanting to download a free launcher on your PC to play a game? Like, come on now. This is not a problem. Like, to people that have, you know, bills to pay, kids to take care of, people like myself who work full-time, this is not a problem. This is not even remotely in the list of important things to worry or complain about. I don't want to download a free launcher. It's not fair. It's not fair. But you have 6 other launchers on your desktop. Yeah, but I don't want to add a seventh one. Yeah, shut up. Like, nobody thinks you're serious about boycotting a game because people aren't stupid. If you really want the game, you're going to buy it. Or you were going to pirate it anyway, and you're going to pirate it now. Let's face facts here. Most of you are pirates anyway. Most of you aren't buying your games. We're not stupid. So most of you bitching and whining that you don't want the Epic Store probably are pirating the games anyway. Probably had no intention on buying it. So quit whining and just shut up about it. If you're not gonna buy it and you're really gonna boycott it, fine. I don't care though. Nobody else wants to hear about it. Now, I for one am gonna get Borderlands 3 because I think it looks awesome and I love the Borderlands games. I'm actually playing through 2 again right now. As soon as I saw the trailer for 3, I was like, you know what? I want to play through 2 again to get hyped before this comes out. I'm gonna buy Outer Worlds. I think Outer Worlds looks really good. I'm interested to play it. A free launcher is not going to stop somebody like myself from buying a game because I've got real problems in my life. I'm not worrying about a free launcher. As for you all screaming, well, it's scanning all these files, and you keep posting the same screenshot from Reddit over and over and over again without actually posting the link to the Reddit page where there was an IT professional got on there and told you what was actually going on, word for word, step by step, what the launcher was actually doing. For those of you that do not know, it's doing the exact same thing that all the anti-cheats are doing in all the games you're downloading off Steam. It's just built into the launcher instead of built into each game individually and being a different anti-cheat for each game. It's just built into the launcher. It's an anti-tamper. It's making sure people aren't cheating. You know how their biggest game is Fortnite and people like to cheat on there? Yeah, they're trying to prevent that. God forbid. Now, anyway, moving on besides that. Oh, and for those of you that are wanting, oh, but they're owned by Tencent. That's an evil corporation. They're going to mine all our data. Okay, I've already talked about this in multiple videos. I don't like Tencent. I really don't. Do I think they put miners in their stuff? I know they do. I've done a video about finding a miner in their software. But you know where I found the miner? It was in DLC for a game that I got off them on Steam. There are no Tencent-owned games on the Epic launcher. Tencent does not own Epic. They own shares in Epic, but they do not own a controlling interest. They have nothing to do with the inner workings of Epic. They just own stock in the company. They own stock in a lot of companies. Almost every company they've got their hand in somehow when it comes to video games or technology. They are the biggest technological company in the world. So they've got their hands in a lot of stuff either through them or a subsidiary. So if you're worried about Tencent putting a miner in your Epic Games launcher, guess what? It's not going to happen because you know the thing we were just talking about, how you were worried about the thing that was scanning all your files from the Epic launcher? That's to find shit like that. That's to make sure stuff like that's not in your files. So that thing you're worried about scanning all your files that's going to hurt you is actually what's keeping... Do you notice how there's no Tencent games on the Epic launcher? Why isn't Ring of Elysium on the Epic launcher? If Tencent owns Epic, why isn't Ring of Elysium there? Why are there no other Tencent games on the Epic launcher? For that reason, very specifically right there. That's why. They can't slide a miner in there because the Epic launcher will find it. But anyway, moving on. Hope this educated some of you. This is a different video. I was more just aggravated because I keep seeing every week there is a new developer leaving Steam to go to the Epic Game Store, and again, like clockwork, everybody's whining and complaining about boycotting the game. If you're going to boycott it, nobody cares. Shut up about it. We don't want to hear it. Okay? This is not a problem. If you want to make this a problem, you sound ridiculous. Stop crying about it. It's not an issue. It's not that big of a deal. Move on. Because if you don't get with the times, there's already been multiple articles saying everything that is wrong with Steam. There have been developers come out and speak out about it. There has been business experts come out and speak out about how this is bad for the gaming industry. Back in 2010, they did an article breaking down why the monopoly Steam has is bad and why somebody needed to break it. And now Epic's here breaking it, and you all are whining about it. Steam, at the end of the day, really is not good for developers. They were just the only place developers could go because they had a monopoly on the market. Everybody knew that if you wanted a game, the best place to get it was on Steam because it was the biggest. And are they pro-consumer? Yes, but that does not mean they're not anti-developer, and you kind of want to find a middle ground somewhere. And if you don't get with the times, all these developers leaving, they're getting deals from Epic saying that they will still be paid a minimum amount even if they don't make sales. That's going to keep developers going over there because they have some, financial support and they have a little bit of job security to go to Epic. So if you're going to boycott the Epic launcher, buckle down, because as we've seen over the last few months, more and more devs are leaving Steam to go to Epic. And the only thing you all are doing are taking attention away from what the actual problem is and focusing on just a byproduct of what's actually going on. The issue is Steam. The issue is Steam's relationship with its developers. That is the reason developers are leaving. If you actually put some time and energy into looking into this and understanding what the actual problem was, maybe Steam would be more apt to change it, and you would get your developers back. You would get all your games in one marketplace. But right now, guess what? Finally somebody broke Steam's monopoly, and everybody's mad because they don't like change. Get over it. That's part of life, that's part of business. This is a very good thing for PC gaming especially. So understand this is actually a positive, not a negative. Quit whining and crying and just get over it. But that's all the time I got for this one, guys. If you like this video and you weren't offended by it, do me a favor and mash that red subscribe button. If you want to know anytime Nathan or I upload videos, do me a favor and ring that bell icon. If you don't want to subscribe and you are offended by this video, I do not care. So move on, and I will see you all next time.